Somebody asked me about Michael Olise and then the update to him with respect to Chelsea. The job is simple. Chelsea knows the buyout clause of Michael Olise. Chelsea knows the buyout clause of Michael Olise. And now, they know how much the boy Crystal Palace will take from him. A year ago, it was around 35 million. Then Chelsea were almost doing the deal until that issue of tapping in on the player. Crystal Palace were quite reported Chelsea. They know exactly how much Michael Olise is going for. And for Michael Olise or whatever the case is. The thing is that Chelsea are still contemplating the kind of attackers they have to bring to Stamford Bridge. Listen to me well. Chelsea cannot buy Alvarez, buy Olise, and then buy Benjamin Sesko together. So there's an evaluation that is going on at Stamford Bridge. And in that evaluation, they are looking at bringing in players that will have complementing profiles to each other. So if Michael Olise is coming and you are bringing Alvarez, are they going to complement each other or they're going to be in each other's ways? If you are bringing in Benjamin Sesko, is his profile going to complement that of Michael Olise or Alvarez or the kind of players that are there? These are the things that they are looking at. Crystal Palace, they are waiting. The exit clause is there. They don't say you can come in and pay and then you get your player. But Chelsea know exactly how much it's going to be for Abrantia and friend Michael Olise, take for Michael Olise to leave Crystal Palace. And they are doing the evaluation alongside other things. And yesterday I told you, say, Man City have said they've not had anything from anybody with respect to Julian Alvarez, and they are waiting to see if anybody will come. So next week, I beg the time to decide for Chelsea. Next week, I beg the time to decide for Chelsea with these players now, Michael Olise, Benjamin Sesko, Julian Alvarez. Next week is decision time for these players at Chelsea Football Club. Everybody will know, so okay, wait me, but next week a decision time. In fact, it is this week because the week has started, and then Sunday the week is starting by the 15th of June. We know exactly what is the mind you. Chelsea want to wrap up everything by the 30th of June, so that their players can go on and then do their work in pre-season. Now, the targets that Chelsea has set Yama Enzo Maresca. If I reveal it to you, once you begin to ask yourself questions, say, is this really feasible? And that a possible say Chelsea for me to achieve these targets no, for Enzo Maresca just in his first season. In fact, any targets that they are looking to go long term again. Chelsea believes that where they've come from as a team, any projects now. They've matured enough to get to the point where they have to meet certain targets in the league, and then of course over there for Enzo Maresca. They've set a target for him. But the funny thing is that for Enzo Maresca, even when he went for his interview, he spoke about the fact that Ono believes that the target is very, very much attainable, and then he believes that he can attain it, and Chelsea have a very, very good squad in getting the job done. And now, I was watching a documentary of Enzo Maresca, of where he has come from. It's copyrighted, so I can't share it with you. Where he has come from as a man, the things he has gone through. And then, of course, football's best biographer, William Baleg, told a very good story of Enzo Maresca. I think it is just about him. Also for him, he is a family man and then he wants to achieve his goals as well. He tells Enzo Maresca, say, time no go in the Leicester City interview. No. Not Saturday no never penny bear my birthday. So he had to choose, and you know what, how whites don't play with the birthdays of Mama. He had to choose between the money birthday and then going for the interview. Now Enzo Maresca, of course, you know we're booking interview and everything. Told his son, say, on to me and the birthday, but he had to go for the interview. Now do you know what Enzo Maresca did? The first day Ura in the office or Leicester City, no, he wrote on the whiteboard in the office, said, I skipped or I couldn't go to my child's birthday because of this job, so it better has to work. And that was Enzo Maresca. And see, for him, immediately when he got to Leicester City, immediately when he got into the club, I was starting to say, Edgeman. The plan was that if I can forgo my child's birthday for such a big job there, then it has to work. And it tells you that somebody who takes big risks, yes, makes some decisions, stands by it, and wants to make sure say he sees the light of day. Again, I've said it several times, say Enzo Maresca's move from Leicester City to Chelsea is a steep move, very, very steep. I say onslaught if the Dutch Eredivisie to Liverpool. But then again, now teams don't want managers for their names or whatever. They want them based on what they can bring on board or more expertise of what their principles are, and if they are willing to work in a close-knitted group of people, all of them have specified rules lead up to something, and that is who Enzo Maresca is. Now, this target at Chelsea Gabano, it's in 4 different folds. It's broken down to 4 different folds with specific timelines, and then for our branch friend Enzo Maresca, and he has said it point blank. Say he believes that Chelsea scored a very, very good squad. It's a score that can go in and then deliver. It's a score that can go in and then go back and return Chelsea to its old days. And of course, Chelsea, like I said, Chelsea old days. Yeah, you know that's the time where Chelsea were competing for the English Premier League, competing for the Champions League, competing for the FA Cup. And it's an which is very, very important to everything that Enzo Maresca encompassed as a manager and in the Jumana Oyen. He is clear who enter those target stuff. See, I forgot to say this, Mr. So you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notification. Very important. But I say, or best subscribe to the channel, pause the video, you go back in there and then subscribe and turn on notification. And while turning on notifications, make sure you do choose all. We choose it all up. Then in all of those conversations, anytime you upload anything, you'll be the first person will have access to the content, and you can have a very, very good conversation. I have Fiifi-Manfred tactical analysis on YouTube. We do the best football analysis for you and everything. It's show, subscribe, turn on notification, and then let us have a very, very good conversation in it. Now, let me go back to the Enzo Maresca conversation about the target at Chelsea for their manner. A very, very detailed, and it's a 4-pointer one. I'll go through all of them. Okay, wait. Let's do like this. Let me start with the transfer conversation of including Chelsea, all the transfer updates now. Then I can go on and then discuss into detail Enzo Maresca conversation of the target at Chelsea for their manner. So then we'll tell that story beautifully to Michelle. Let us start with the transfer conversation that's going on. The latest in the world of transfer conversations are about El Honam, which is very, very important. El Hasi, but Mamenti Enzo Maresca conversation show. Maresca, like I said, believe he said it's a team that can get that job done, and that is how he's going to be judged at the end of the season. I'm going to tell you that detailed conversation. Let's just start from Real Madrid now. And I was going through a lot of the data on Twitter in preparation for this show, and I went to chance on something. Said right now in the world, 3 of the most valuable players we are seeing are Real Madrid players. Yeah, Madrid has 3 of the most valuable players in the world, and they have Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, any Abrante, friend Ellen Brut, that's anyhow, Kylian Mbappe, any Jude Bellingham. That is the quality of players now. 3 of the best players, 3 of the most valuable players we are seeing. Nina, players are. Real Madrid for players, and in there yesterday also Brazil for preparation to go and play in the Copa Americano came up, and it was a big game between Brazil and Mexico. Guess what happened? The Brazilian young star, your friend Endrick, was in there. He was the star of the day. Now I'm already if you say Endrick as in the first game of share a winner against England at Wembley, he scored a winner against Spain Santiago Bernabeu, and then Enra, he scored a big goal, the winner against Mexico, also on the Copa America preparations. And in there, it was Vinicius Junior, and he had the assist for Endrick. And Endrick yesterday, wearing the number 9, he is the 2nd highest most goal scorer for a 17-year-old for the Brazilian national team. Yes, for me, Makase Endrick has a long way to go in terms of the development as a player. He's still a young chap. He has to grow in it. He has to understand what he brings to the team. He has to be a better player. He has to read the room better. But then again, I think he keeps on proving everybody. He's a top player, even at age 17, and they've grown. And that's the thing with the South American players. Before they come to Europe, they understand what their talent is. They understand what they want, and they go after it, and they chase it very, very well. If any scandal doesn't block them, there are only a few players in the world who mentally are out there as compared to the South American players. Now they are there, and they know exactly what they are doing in there. So he was a top player, and Vinicius Junior. The most important thing is that Vinicius Junior and the assist for Endrick. So that assist for the Endrick goal in the 96th minute. 96th minute was 2-1-0 for Brazil first, 2-0 for Brazil, 2-1 Mexico, 2-2 Mexico, and then 96 minutes extra time added on time. And Abrantia, your friend Hendrik added the winner no honor, and then Real Madrid Basel winning that game no in there. So it tells you, and of course, I've said it several times, the Ballon d'Or is Vinicius Junior's to lose. For me, nobody comes close to Vinicius Junior winning the Ballon d'Or. It is his to lose. You don't necessarily waste too much time. You don't necessarily talk too much about every other people. I think he has been Madrid's best player last season. I think for the season's run, even when Benzema won the Ballon d'Or, he was very instrumental. He was very, very important for Real Madrid. And then this time, he's the best Madrid player, leading them to the Champions League winning. In the Champions League final, he scored again, and he proved to be an important player. Not just the goal. I know, say the goal, if we Jude Bellingham and I assist but definitely you can tell, say for Jude Bellingham, for Vinicius Junior, all throughout the game was important. Yes, Jude Bellingham has done enough, but I think say this one has to go to Abrantia, your friend, Vinicius Junior. Now the funny thing is that Madrid are still trying to add some more quality for Moutinho. There's a boy in Bayern Leverkusen, your friend Florian Wirtz. I mean, the Germans don't pronounce W, but it's called Florian Wirtz. And Wirtz, a player Madrid are looking at to come in 2025. Very, very important inside number 10. And I've told you the plan for Huni Khalifat and then, of course, Real Madrid is to stockpile on the best players, give them an enabling environment to go. And that's exactly what they want to do. Madrid for now have now given the changing room what the Madrid hotel, the place where the Madrid players stay when they go to the Valladolid best now. In there, they've given everything to Abrantia, your friend Kylian and Tony Mbappe. It was for Tony Cruz, but as Steve, it's going to be for Kylian, Luton, and Mbappe over there as the new one for him. Now, there is a lot of conversation around Erik ten Hag and Manchester United. It's Michelle. It links to Chelsea in your Baby Brain. Michelle, sorry, Chelsea in Manchester United. And stick and stay. I want to delve into it. For the past 1 week, Manchester United, in fact, even before the season ended, Manchester United briefing of the media and said they said they were going to evaluate the work of Erik ten Hag at the end of the season. Until they said, oh, season we will go back and watch a Erik ten Hag throughout the season. Then we'll see, so okay, fine. Erik ten Hag has he been good enough? Has he gotten results? Can we now say, so okay, we'll let Erik ten Hag have some more time with Manchester United and now? Of course, there are a lot of people who believe, say, immediately you allow the man to go and play the FA Cup and say, okay, we need FA Cup now, then it's going to, you probably change your mind. It delays the decision. And the more the decision for Erik ten Hag delays, the more Manchester United are in limbo. And now, I was telling you, United are linked to a lot of players. João Neves, Jean-Claude Todibo, Lenny Yoro, all of these top young stars United can build from. But the thing is that if the manager situation is not sorted, all of these players will be skeptical in their minds because, yes, Manchester United, but I no better manager. I don't know the plan for the next 3 months. I don't know plan for preseason. Manager behind me in place. Yes, say Erik ten Hag back up. Will he go? Will he not go? What is the real reality in there? And it's affecting the team. And I agree with the United fans. I'm gonna say Manchester United for in term. I mean the Ineos group no. In term the indecisiveness is too much. It should make it quicker, hasten the process, and then make sure say they get a new manager in place. Go on and prepare for preseason, and then come back and fight. Because the truth of the matter is that even if you're a Chelsea fan or whatever, you need a strong Manchester United side to keep your team also on its toes. And a traditional club is Manchester United. You need it to deliver. Now, this is what we are hearing from Red Devil City in there, and updates. A lot of the outlets on England, Horner Airport, and my close links in United are saying this to me very, very clear. This is what they are saying. A very intense weekend. This weekend, I mean, from a Nora to a net, intense weekend behind the scenes at Old Trafford regarding Erik ten Hag. Many things are happening behind the scenes. It's not safe, and it's not also good for him. Also, a 50-50 for Erik ten Hag. Now, the thing is that the Ineos group board, in watch him here, this one says that okay, Erik ten Hag back up. This one says okay, Erik ten Hag and call. This one says okay, let's give him some time. Let's buy some more players. And there's a divisiveness in the board, and that's where Manchester United are. But I know, sir, with the match in a number of days, there's going to be clarity from our brand here, your friend Erik ten Hag as the manager for FC Manchester United in there. So we don't know if he's going to stay. We don't know if he's going to go as a player. A lot of players that have been linked to. You've been linked to FC Porto and midfielder Alan Varela in there. Liverpool also linked to that player, a very, very good player in the middle of the park. Kylian Mbappe. Of course, if you look up, it says João Neves. He has been linked to Manchester United, an important DM is with the Portuguese national team. Bruno Fernandes are down for power, and in there they are looking at making sure say they can get a signature to come in and then come and play some good stuff. So they want all of these players. Atlanta for a new midfielder in there. Fiifi-Manfred Liverpool for session, and it's called Edison. Now all of these players are coming in. Oshe Obitise and Slaughter is trying to get his players as well to come in terms of coming to play the Ancelotti ball and how he wants to play at Liverpool Football Club. Carlos Varela also a part of the name. Alan Varela is part of the names. Edison is part of the names. Two players at Liverpool for sure in this transfer window. It's very, very important for them so they get a show up in the middle. Not only Endo Ouattara and Basement Bonfim, Alexis McAllister in there. And one big one also at Liverpool. And they say 3 players' future will be decided just in the next few days. There's going to be clarity. Sporting directors know what Liverpool, Michael Edwardson have met these players, and these players are Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. They will sort out their future if they are going to sign a contract extension or they are going to part ways with Liverpool. It's something that they are looking at finalizing with Liverpool, and then they are watching to see how things go. There is a boy who played with Ancelotti in the Dutch Eredivisie. He's a 19-year-old, a friend of Mente. Now, originally, Yankuba Mente was a player for Newcastle United, but he went on loan to go and play under Ancelotti final. And he was very, very important. And especially in the off-the-ball contributions, people who watch Ancelotti final keep on saying it was very, very important for them, and he's important. Liverpool are watching him. I wanted to say Newcastle is going to ask for just about 25 million for a friend in Mente to come in and then do the job. Now, even apart from that as well, those are the things with Liverpool transfer conversation. Now, let me now go back into the conversation about Chelsea's target for Fiifi-Manfred Enzo Maresca. See, Enzo was courted by FC Porto. He was courted by Benfica. This season, Benfica were not good in the Champions League. FC Porto manager Conceição has been there for a while and he wants to leave. Now, Enzo said, there are 2 things that caused Enzo Maresca to leave Leicester City. 1, time of finding out about Leicester financial situation almost okay. Leicester could be dog points. And as a coach, he felt say, so if you didn't come clear on the financial situation to me, that's why we can be dog points here. Then it means that I'm in trouble. So when the opportunity came for Porto, in fact, the clearest one was Porto and Chelsea. Before he went into the Chelsea job, trust me, the Chelsea sporting directors were not thinking of giving the job to Enzo Maresca. They were not thinking of giving the job to Enzo Maresca. I'm being very blunt with you. Enzo Maresca. Now, once he went in there and how he did the interview, how he conducted himself, and the things that he knew was what stood out for Enzo Maresca. And Chelsea, once they finish the interview, everybody says, "No, it has to be this guy," because you need Kasa, you need Thomas Frank Kasa, you need a lot of managers Kasa, but it has to be this guy. And definitely, they knew say, "Okay, it can be this guy. Let us go for him," and then they've done the deal. Now, in that interview, Chelsea Enzo, what does he think say it's going to be the target? What does he think should be the target for next season? If Enzo Maresca no catch Stewart any Stewart any Wayne Stanley, say, oh, but just the squad media, Osha squad, and the squad should be able to go and play in the Champions League next season. I say it to be qualified because you're a good squad. In the top 4, they say it to be top 4, they're all qualified. It is not even the sporting director that told him to change his top 4. When he went into the interview, the confidence level, when he assessed the squad, when he assessed the kind of players he has, when he assessed everything, he believes say Chelsea team can go and play in the Champions League next season. And that Conference League, it is just their ababeto mokemu, and if they do their things well, they can deliver and get a job done. And upon Wayne Stanley, any Joe Shields, what I keep on Stewart, I can say, well, if that's what you want, then fine. We'll give you a target of qualifying to the top 4. And it's clear at the end of the season, Chelsea will review it. It's going to be like the same one like Mauricio Pochettino. In the course of the season, if anything is beginning to happen, anything is not going well, Chelsea will not care. They will wait to the end of the season before they review Enzo Maresca or club on him to see if probably he's still the man to go at the end of the season. But it's the long-term project. They've given a contract for it, and it's clear. First one, let us see improvement in the style of play from the players now. 2, may control every time that we are playing the game. 3, we want to make sure say we are competing and to show on the table. 4, they want to be clear that these boys are being coached, saying a bit more value to go up and all of those things. Then they can go on and sell them. And that's it in terms of the targets that's been given to Enzo Maresca. It is clear for him. He knows, said this is the target for him. He pushed for it. He has accepted it. Chelsea will wait and start preseason by the 1st of July. Everything on November starting by the 1st of July. And in there, they will have conversations about the way to go, way forward, the things that they had to do in there, our Chelsea Football Club. I mean, that is it. Enzo Maresca Babedru, your money targets, we've gone through all the transfer conversation. Fiifi-Manfred, just your regular daily morning show updates of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I mean, the course of the day, we stick to the plan. And it's not just because today is my birthday, I won't go on with it. We stick to the plan. It's at 4 p.m., 4 to 6 p.m. We'll have the next update on the day. Stick to it. Take care.